Alright, this is gameplay video number 2 for Dungeoneer, Haunted Woods of Malthorin. Now this is the third set that came out. It's a little different in a couple of different ways. First, it is smaller than the first two sets. So instead of having 6 heroes, this one only came with 3. And in the first video that I did, I put the Ranger versus the Druid. Now the Druid won, so he's coming back in this video to go against the third hero in the set. But it was a little bit of controversy on that win because the Druid made an illegal move, which wasn't noticed until I was editing the video. In fact, that whole video had so many mistakes in it. I've tried to subtitle each of the errors to point out what was wrong. So I guess I was kind of showing things that you shouldn't do. You know, what happens if you're not focused, if you're distracted. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and let the Druid keep his victory. And he is going up against the third hero, which is... It's an elf archer, and this is Elendis Sulari. And there she is with her bow, leather armor. Alright, now she has 6 hit points, and she can have a maximum of 2 treasure cards and 3 boon cards in inventory. And her special ability is First Strike. This hero wins in the case of a tie in all melee combats. So that's pretty cool. We'll see how that card plays. Okay, and if you missed video 1 or just need a refresher, here is Tolan Briarwood, the cheating human druid, and he starts with 6 hit points, a maximum of 3 treasure cards and 2 boons, and his ability is Wilderness Protector. At the start of the game, choose any one non-urban terrain type, and this hero has +1 magic when on that terrain. So these are the terrain types that are in the game. Now this set mostly has forest and plains. You know, I picked forest in game 1, and that worked pretty well, but I think I'm going to go with plains. No, I'm going to stick with forest, because that's where most of the combat happens. Yeah, I'll stick with forest. That's what I'm used to. Okay, so that's him. Now, you may say, what's terrain type? Well, this set being a wilderness set, it's all set outdoors, and instead of rooms, there are sites, and instead of passages, there are roads. We'll get into all that when I set up the map. Right now, I just set up their hit points, their starting hit points, and I put it over column 1 to show their level 1. And then we'll go ahead and set up their movement points that they get each turn. That's based on their speed score, which is 2 for both of them. All right, now let's go ahead and go on up to the map. I've got it started up here. Now this is the entrance, and this is the Arnhem Hamlet. And of course you'll notice the white border. I think that means it's a wilderness set. Now these are sites instead of rooms, and like I said, and there's going to be roads instead of passages. And as all starting spaces have, 1 peril, 1 glory. All the sides are open. And you start here. You may not initiate a challenge on a hero here. You may pay 2 glory to discard 1 personal hero, a quest, and draw 1 new one. So there's the village where we're going to be starting this game. And down here you'll see the terrain types. Now this stands for urban, and this one stands for plains. Now if you can't remember all the different symbols, they also print it up here. So we've got urban and plains. Alright, so that's the starting site. And for setup, instead of passages attaching to each of the sides, we're going to be putting roads. Now there are 5 roads that came in this set, so I'm going to just get rid of 1 at random. It'll be this one. And the other 4 will be used to build the starting map. Okay, the first road is the crossroads. 2 peril, 1 glory, all sides are open, and it is a plains type. Actually, all these roads are plains. So we'll go ahead and put that at the bottom. That'll give us plenty of expansion down here. The second one, the crossroads, another one. Oh, great. Okay, same thing. 2 peril, 1 glory, all open, plains. And let's put this one over here. Okay, the third road is the Grim Bend. Now this one has 3 peril and 2 glory. And notice the top and the right are blocked. This is a plains type. Now when you enter the Grim Bend, you're going to have to test speed and get a 7 or better, or you fall in a pit and become tipped. Alright, so I'm going to put this, because of this, I'm going to put it up here. That's a legal placement location. And the final road is going to be the Grim Crossway. 3 peril, 2 glory, and the top is blocked on this one, and it's a plains. Now when you enter this, traps have a +2 added to their threat while you're here. And that conveniently fits right there. Alright, so that's our starting map. I'm going to use these 2 miniatures from a different game to represent the heroes. This one did come with a hero card where you can cut them out and have little standees, but I prefer to use these. So the blue one's going to represent the archer, and the green one is going to represent the cheating druid. We'll put them on the entrance here. Okay. Now, since they are on the entrance, they are both going to gain 1 peril and 1 glory point. 1 peril and 1 glory. Okay. Now we need to see what quests they're going to be attempting. So to win the game, you have to be the first to complete 3 quests, and these are all the quests that came in this set. So let's hand out 2 personal quests that only the archer can attempt, 2 personal quests that only the druid can attempt, and a 5th one, which is a global quest that either of them can attempt. Okay, now let's take a look at the archers. Let's see what she needs to do. Okay, her first one is to solve the Willow's Riddle. Now this is a search chance quest. So on any forest space, you're going to do a search for this willow tree. And you roll 1 die. You need to get a 7 or better to find him. But you get to add +1 for each space you are from the nearest entrance. In this case, it's the hamlet. So once you find him, once you get a 7 or better, then you either pick low or high and you roll 1 die. And if it ends up being what you called, then it's a success and you've completed the quest. Now if it fails, you're going to have to do another attempt. Now, each turn requires a new search, so if you find it 1 turn and you can't complete it, the next turn you're going to have to search again. He's a mysterious fellow. Each search attempt and each low-high roll attempt uses 1 movement point. All right. Her other quest is Bury the Treasure. It's a sacrifice. So she needs to go to the Sinking Marsh, and while there, either discard a readied permanent treasure, and if she doesn't have that, she can pay 6 glory points. She must announce that humanoids have +1 to all melee attacks on her while this quest is in play. And as of right now, the quest is in play, so we'll have to keep that in mind. All humanoids have a +1 bonus for melee. Okay, so the druid is going to slay the mutated vines. It's a slay quest. He needs to go to the deep spring, and there he will have to fight a fiend monster, and it's going to fight melee. It's got a bonus of 2. It does 1 wound, and it only has 1 hit point. Okay, his next one is Bring the Blessed Draught. Now this is an effect escort quest. So he needs to go to the deep spring, place a token on this card, which represents the draught, And to complete the quest, they have to discard the token while on the Arnhem Hamlet. At any time, you may discard the draw token to cancel and discard any one Bane, limit once per turn. But if you discard it, you're going to have to go back to the Deep Spring to refill it. So keep that in mind, Druid. Okay, and now the global quest that either of them can attempt is Defy the Thorn Spirit. Now this is a threat quest. So they need to go to the Thorn Grove, and to complete the quest, they have to overcome a magic threat of 5 while the hero is there. Each additional attempt, so the first attempt is free, but each additional attempt is 1 movement. Now if you attempt it and you fail, you either pay 2 glory or you lose 1 health point. Take 1 wound. Alright, so those are the quests. They cannot begin their adventures without adventure cards. So let's give 5 adventure cards to the archer for her hand. 5 adventure cards to the druid for his hand. Now before we get started, I'm going to take this extra road card. I'm going to put it in this stack of sight cards. Shuffle that really well. Okay, so now this is the map deck that we'll be drawing from in phase 3, the build phase. And the last thing is the turn marker. That lets me know whose turn it is at a quick glance. Okay, let's go ahead and get this game number 2 started. The archer starts, so let's take a look at her hand. Now the druid has 1 peril point. Let's see if she has any cards she can use. And nope, she does not. The smallest is this 2. So that will have to wait till next turn. Okay. Well, first phase was reset, but there was nothing to reset. So that was the Dungeon Lord phase. Now we go to the third phase, which is to build. And this is the map card she drew. It's the Thorn Grove. 4 peril, 3 glory. When you enter this space on your turn, you must either tip your hero or pay 1 wound. So it's kind of rough to go here, and the top and the left are blocked. And when you try to leave, you're going to have to test against a trap. Now this is a forest type card, so we have to keep that in mind for the druid. He gets more magic there. Okay, the Thorn Grove. Now, who had that? That's either one of them. So let's go ahead and put this up here, because I can easily get up there. In fact, she is going to spend both movement points to move twice. 1, 2. So she is going to gain a total of 6 peril and 4 glory. So let's mark that first. 6 and 4. Okay, now the card says when you enter this space on your turn, you must either tip your hero or pay 1 wound. Okay, so oh boy, it's so early. I don't know how combat's going to go. She has to wait till next turn anyway, because she was going to attempt that. You know what? Magic. What is her magic? Her magic is 0. Oh, why did she do this? Okay. She's going to take the tip. Yeah, I have a feeling she may not succeed at that quest. She may take some damage. Okay, so she has 5 glory points to spend. So let's see if she can buy anything. Forest Affinity. Oh, this is great. I'm going to buy it right now. Okay. I spend the 4. So this adds 1 to her speed, and she gets a +1 magic when in a forest space. Now this is a skill that comes out and it's permanent, so she now has that awesome skill. which also gives her an additional movement point because her speed is now 3. Okay, now she has to discard. We've got the Witch, which is good. Will-o'-the-Wisp, but that's interesting. All heroes except yours have -1 to magic. I'm going to get rid of the Wall of the Banshee. And because she only has 3 cards, I just drew 2. She's back up to 5. Alright, and that's going to be the end of her turn, her first turn. His first turn, now we reset. Now she has 7 peril points already. Let's see what he can do against her. Okay, let's see what this one is. Malthorin's Gesh. Each player passes 1 uncompleted personal quest of his choice to the player to his left. Skip players. Okay, so this is him. Does he want to get rid of one of these? Well, it's kind of early. We don't know where the location is going to be yet. Let's hold on to that. But I am going to send this out. So let's go ahead and spend 1 peril point. Now he is attacking her. She is laying down in a forest spot, a forest space. So he's going to get not only his +2 to melee, but this bonus one. So he's going to get a 3 bonus to his melee. And he is attacking her. Okay. So he rolled a 2, so he's actually got a 5. Now her melee, now here's my question. I don't know. I guess she can defend here, but she's tipped. I thought you couldn't do anything unless you spent a movement point to untip. You know what? She has a movement point. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and spend that. I don't know if this is all legal, but we're going to spend that to stand her up, just so I know combat goes as it's supposed to. I would have to check the rules to see. If you know, please leave a comment below, but I'm not sure if you can do anything while you're tipped. But does that include being attacked? Okay, so she's up now. I don't know if she could spin that right now to be untipped, but we'll go ahead and go with this. Okay, so anyway, he had a 5 total, and this was melee, so she gets a +1 to her roll. And she got a 4, which is also a 5. So, oh, you know what? First strike. That's her ability. This hero wins in the case of a tie on melee combat. Great. Alright, so she does 1 damage, which is enough to kill him. Okay, so she gains 1 glory. Boy, I don't know if that was done right, but that's how it was done. Okay, so now to the build phase, the Druid's build phase, and he draws a Crook. 2 peril, 1 glory. It is a plains type of location. And the top and the left are blocked. You have to go in these 2. So let's put this up here because it really doesn't do anything. It's just kind of taking up space. Alright, so now the Druid has 2 points. And he needs the Deep Spring most of all, but that's not out. He could go try his magic. He has a 1 for that. You know what? I think what he's going to do is explore. See if he can get one of his locations out. Oh, the Deep Spring. Look at that. It's a 2 peril, 2 glory. All sides are open. It is a forest and water type terrain. And heroes here can pay 1 movement point and 1 glory to recover 1 wound. Limit 1 per turn. This is kind of like the Well of Healing. Alright. Let's see. He wants to put that close. He's going to put it right there. And he's going to use his final point to move. And it doesn't matter. They're both crossroads. So he'll go to that one. And he's going to gain 2 peril and 1 glory. Okay, so he has 2 glory points. Is there anything? Nope, he can't buy anything just yet. But what do I want to get rid of? Warp to forest. Relocate your hero to any forest space. Oh, that's great. The bow. Let's get rid of the bow. Okay. Now that only leaves him with 3 cards. So he's going to draw 2. And his turn is over. Let's move back to the archer. She gets her move points back. All right. So he has 3 peril. What can she do? She can do any of this. She has a banshee, the witch, will-o'-the-wisp, and grasping vines. Now this is a trap. Where is he? She is playing this on him. Okay, he's not at a grim place. I thought maybe he was here, where he had a +2 on threat. But that's not the case. I think I will throw out this witch. I like that she has 2 hit points, because even if he wins, she will still be out. So she's going to spend 3 of his peril, which is all of it. Let's put these down over here. Okay, now the witch can attack either melee or magic. And this says all other monsters have +1 when this combat attacks on force space. That doesn't apply because she is the only monster. Okay, so she can either do melee or magic. Now she's attacking the druid, the green guy, and he has a +1 to both. So there's no advantage other than she gets a better bonus with magic. So let's go. Oh, he gets a +1. Oh, he's not in a forest space though. He is in plains. So his special ability does not apply. Okay, so she's going to attack with magic. So she gets a +4. So she gets a total of 6. And he gets a +1. And he gets a total of 2. So she is successful. And either way, she does 1 wound. So let's go ahead and put this in the archer's pack over there. So now he will take 1 wound and gain 1 peril for taking a wound. Okay, and that ends the archer's dungeon lord phase. Now she goes to the build phase. Tower of Malthorin. 5 peril and 4 glory. Of course, this is where he lives. That's why. And this is an urban terrain type and forest. And all encounters have +1 to all attacks here. Wow. Now, you can't go in the left or the bottom. Okay. Now, this is a portal. So if you're using this wilderness set with a dungeon set, this is the card that you would go to that allows you to enter the dungeon. So all the other map spaces, you just have to run around until you find a portal that lets you into the dungeon. So that's what this does. All right, where are we going to put this? Let's see. Let's just put it, I guess, up here. Because there's some quests that involve it. So we'll keep it kind of close. All right. Now this is the archer's turn. She has 3 movement. Okay, she is trying to do Defy the Thorn Spirit. All right. To complete the quest, overcome a 5+ a magic threat of 5. Each additional attempt uses. So she gets 1 free. Now, before we do that, though, let's see. She has 2 glory points. So let's see if there's anything I want to buy yet, which there is not. Now, what I could do. What was this 3 cost? Oh, that's the falcon. All right, because what I can do... No, I'm not going to mess with it. Because I was going to say I could leave to gain some glory points and go back. But this is a test, and I don't know. I'm just going to try to do the quest. So now, got to test magic and get a 5 or better. Now, her magic is 0. You have +1 magic when in a forest. She is in a forest, so she actually gets a +1 for magic. Now, the first attempt is free, so she is trying to get a total of 5 or more. And she got a 2 +1, so that's only 3. Now, when you fail, either pay 2 glory or lose 1 health. I guess for this one, she's going to lose a health. Now she's going to pay to attempt again. So again, she needs to get a 5 or better. And she got a 6. All right, that is a success. She has defied the Thorn Grove. And she gains, as a reward, 1 level. And that will bump up her number of movement points per turn. Let's put 1 more there. She gains 1 glory. So we'll add 1 glory. And she recovers 1 wound, which is the wound she just took. How convenient. All right, so there is quest number 1 complete. Now, since that was a global quest, we're going to throw out a new global quest. Capture the ferry. Effect escort. So this one, you need to go to the ferry ring. You place a token on this card to represent the ferry. To complete the quest, you discard the token while at the tower, which is right here. Now, is the ferry ring out yet? No, it's not. Okay. Announce that humanoid monsters have +1 to all magic attacks on your hero while there is a token. So while you on the card. So while you've got the fairy, humanoids can do more magic damage to you, or they get a bonus on their attack. Okay, so that ends her hero phase. So now she must discard. I'm going to keep the falcon. And I'll get rid of Will-o'-the-Wisps. Okay, so that leaves 3 cards in her hand. So she draws 2 more. And there we go. Okay, I think the game's going okay so far. Nothing major. Let's move this over. We've got the Druid. He regains or resets his movement points. I moved them right there. Okay. Now she has 6 peril. Let's see what he can do. He only has Malthorin's Gesh. So does he want to get rid of... I don't think so. I think we're just going to pass on this one. So that was phase 2. Now we go to phase 3 where we build. And it's going to be the Sinking Marsh. 4 peril, 3 glory. This is a forest and swamp type terrain. The top and the right are blocked, so we're going to have to put it on one of these. And to get back out, you're going to have to pick a lock. All right. While in the Sinking Marsh, treasure cards cost 1 less glory to play. And if you play a treasure card here, you must overcome a speed threat of 6 or be tipped. Okay, don't forget to tip your waiter. Let's put this, I guess, right there. Sinking. Now, one of these, she needs this. So, yeah, you know what? Actually, no, I was going to say I could put it there. Yeah. Let's do that. Boy, It's not that tough of a decision, is it? Okay. Oh, no, wait a minute. This is the Druid. The Druid's playing it. So he doesn't want to make it easy for her. So he would actually put it down here. There we go. So now she has to go farther to get to it. That's what he would do. You gotta watch him. Okay. Now he has two movement points. And he was trying to get to the deep spring because he's got a couple quests to do there. So let's go ahead and use one to move over here. He's going to gain 2 peril and 2 glory. 2 peril, 2 glory. All right, so let's see. So at the deep spring, this is the one where you can heal if you need to. He still has 5, so he's good. Now, do we want to grab this draught and take it back to the hamlet, or do we want to slay the mutated vines? Now these are melee and they get a +2. His melee is 1, but he can always fight back if he doesn't win. You know what? He's going to try this. To complete this quest, defeat the vines. Okay, so they're going to get a +2. And they get a 2 + 2, so they get a 4. Now he is going to roll, and this is melee, so he's going to add 1 to this. Look at that. First try. He does 1 damage, which is enough to slay the mutated vines. Now he earns, as a reward, 1 heroic level, which means he also gains an extra move point because his speed went up. He gains 2 glory points. Let's go down to show that. Okay. And he recovers 1 wound, so he's back up to full health. And that is his first completed quest. All right. Now that ends his hero phase, whether he wanted it to or not. And he can't buy anything because the phase is over. He's going to discard this Gesh card and draw 1 to get back up to 5. That's what he's going to do. All right. Now, let's go on over to the archer. She's going to collect all of her spent move points. Okay. Now, he only has 3 peril. She's got the witch out, and the witch costs 3, so if nothing else, she can do that. Oh, she got Malthorin. He's the big baddie. Okay, but he costs 5, so he won't be out this turn. Banshee and Grass, she still has that trap. Now this is her playing it on him. Let's bring out the Banshee. Well, the Banshee would possibly get rid of a target treasure card, but he doesn't have treasure cards out. You know what? I'm just going to use that witch again. I really like the witch. So let's pay all 3 peril. Okay, that's gone. Now the witch comes over to attack. Now she can either do the 2 or the 4. And I believe last time she went with, was it melee? No, she went with magic. Now he is on a forest space, so he gets this +1 to magic combat. And now he's a 2, so that actually gives him a 3, and she's a 4, a +4. So let's see how this goes. She gets a 9, and he gets to add 3, and he gets 8. All right. So she succeeds, and she does 1 wound to him. So let's go ahead and do 1 wound and take 1 peril. Oh, I slid this on to be 1 peril. Okay, so now it is the archer's build phase, and she draws the fairy ring. 4 peril, 3 glory. The top and the left are closed, so we've only got these two, and they're both locked when you're trying to get out. This is a forest type terrain, and as a response to a combat, you may pay 2 glory and tip your hero here, and all monsters ignore you this combat. Okay, so this quest requires you to go to the fairy ring and escort a fairy back down to the tower. So if I put this here, if someone wanted to go all the way over here, they wouldn't have far to go to get to the tower. Okay, so that would be this, if anyone wants to try that. Let's see, I think that is it. Okay, so now she has 4 movement points. Now she's way up here. Where is she going? We can do, you know what, she could actually try this, solve the Willow's riddle, because she is 2 spaces away. Here's the entrance, so she's 1, 2. And the only way she can improve that is if she went to the Sinking Marsh, which she actually needs to because of this quest. You know what, maybe we'll hold on to that. Her chances will improve the farther away she is. And since she's heading to the farthest location anyway because of this, you know what? I just remembered something else that she has. Oh no, she doesn't have it. Never mind. Alright. She is going to move, but to leave the Thorn Grove, she has to test speed for this trap. And she has to get a 6 or better. Now her speed right now is 3, and then she's got this, what was it? Forest Affinity. So that actually adds 1. So her speed right now is 4, and she needs to get a 6. So let's see if she can get out of this Thorn Grove. Yep, she got a 7. So she passes through, no problem, to the crossroads, where she gains 2 peril and 1 glory. 2 peril, 1 glory. Okay, now let's go ahead and spend 2 more move points, because she's going to go 1 and 2. She's going to gain a total of 6 more peril, 5 more glory. Wow, she's getting dangerously high here. So 6 peril will put her at 14. And then what I say, 5 more glory. Wow. Okay, she has 1 movement point left. But what's she going to do? She is now at the Sinking Marsh. Oh, she made a mistake. You know what? Before she makes the last move, which gave her 3 glory. I'm just going to move this back because this is how many glory points she had at that point. Let's just get this. It has to be a permanent. Let's buy this falcon for 3. Okay, so this is in her inventory now. Now she makes the final move where she gains 3 back, because that's how many glory points she gains for going here. The reason I did that back step to do that is to avoid this, because she would have had to test speed and everything. She probably would have made it, but she should have been thinking ahead when she did that. Okay, so now we're going to look at this quest here. Bury the treasure. Sinking Marsh. To complete the quest, discard 1 readied permanent treasure. So that is what the pet is for. Is permanent treasure. So she's going to discard that, which means that this is successful. She's going to gain 1 level So we're going to slide this up to level 3. And she actually gains one more move point. But she recovers a health, but she hasn't. She's already at full health. So anyway, so that is the end of her turn. So she has 2 completed quests. Okay, so now she has to discard. So let's get rid of... That's magic. Let's get rid of the trap. I don't think I'll be playing that this game. So she draws 2 more to give her 5. Alright. And that's the end of her turn. So now we go over to the Druid. He resets his move points. Now she has, what is that, 14 peril. So he is going to throw everything, this spider, at her. So he's going to spend 4 of those. That knocks her back down to just 10. Just 10. Alright, now the spider, 3 hit points. He's going to be out a while. He attacks melee. And there's nothing special. It's just a 4+ bonus. We'll see if he succeeds what happens. But so he gets a +4 on his melee against her. So let's see what... So he actually got a 6. Now her melee is 3. So she's going to roll this. She got a 9. So it sounds like she won. So she's actually going to do 1 damage to the spider. Now if she wanted to, she could attack again, but she's not going to. Alright, so let's put a token on this to show he has 1 damage. Okay. And that is the end of the Druid's Dungeon Lord phase. Okay, we're out of cards, map cards. So that's the entire map for this set. So being a smaller set, you're kind of limited to how many cards you can have, you know, of each type. So that's it for map cards. That's why it'd be interesting to combine sets. I haven't combined any yet, but one day I will. Alright, now we are to the hero phase. So he is here, and he has 3 movement points. He's going to do this one, which was bring the Blessed Draught. So he's going to fill his little bucket there, and we'll put a token on here to show that it's filled, and he needs to get back to the beginning, the hamlet. So let's fill it for him. And he's here, and he needs to get here. So he's going to move, he's going to spend 2 of these to move twice. 1, 2. Now he gains 3 peril and 2 glory. 3 peril, 2 glory. Okay. And is there anything he wants to buy? He has 8 glory points. Let's take a look at this first. We have Essence of the Forest. Hero gets +1 magic, +2 in a forest space. That's a great one. You know what? I really like this Elven Cloak. At the end of your turn, discard 1 peril. If you're on a forest space, discard 2 instead. Let's spend 3 just to get that, because I really like that. Okay, so he's got the Elven Cloak now. So his peril is going to start going down every turn. And you know what? This is the card I was thinking that the archer had earlier. Relocate your hero to any forest space. This ends your hero phase. Oh, he can't do that though, because he's going to complete this quest. But he may use this. Well, not really. I was going to say if he wanted to complete this quest, but he's only 2 away. So, well, we'll hang on to that. He doesn't want to buy that right now. He is going to go ahead and do this one though, the Essence of the Forest, to improve his magic. So he's going to spend 3 more glory. So now he's down to 2. All right, that's all he's going to buy. So now he's going to take his final action while at the hamlet. He's going to discard. He's going to pour out the draught, let them drink up, and he has completed this quest. He's going to gain a level. So he goes up to level 3, and he also gains another move point. There we go. And he gains 2 glory, so he gets 2 of these back that he just spent. And he heals 1, which puts him back full health. And that is his second quest completed. That ends his hero phase. So now he must discard. And I think I'm just going to discard this one. I don't see me using that warp. It is a neat card, and it would be great in certain circumstances, but I don't think that's going to come up in this game. Okay, so he draws 4 cards to make 5. All right. Goes back over to the archer. Man, she moves all of her move points back. She's up to 5 now. All right, and he only has 4 peril. So let's see, what can she do? We've got the Banshee. Still can't bring out Malthorin. You know what? Elven Cloak. Is he on a forest space? No, he's not. He's on a plains. But he does lose 1 peril because of the Elven Cloak. Man, that's awesome. So she only has 3. You know, she's going to do this Witch again. She'll spend all 3. Okay. And he's going to throw the Witch at him. And she's going to go ahead and leave it. Oh, now he's got a bonus to magic. So that gives a +5 to magic. Where she only has +4. You know what? She's going to attack melee this time. And she will attack +2. So she gets a 3. And his melee is just 1. And he gets a 6. So, well, he definitely succeeded. So she is actually going to take a hit this turn, take some damage. Let's put this on her. And he gains... Wait. Yeah. And he gains 1 glory for succeeding. Whew. Okay. So she has 5 move points. And she's going to try to solve this riddle. She is in a forest space. See that? Okay. So you get to add +1 for each space you are from the entrance. Now, each search attempt and thing uses 1. Okay, so she's going to search. So let's go ahead and spend a movement point. Now, I've got a question coming up, but I'm just searching right now. So we do that, and she's going to search. So here is the starting spot, 1, 2, 3. So she gets to add 3 to this roll. So she gets a 5, and she actually needed a 7. Okay, so she failed. Each search attempt requires a move. All right, well, she has plenty. She's going to search again. Again, she adds 3 to this. Oh, and again, she gets 5. All right, let's try it again. Does she find him? Yes. She actually ended up with a 9, and she needed a 7. Okay, so now at this point, I call low or high, and if correct, then this is complete. But here's my question. It says each search attempt and each low-high roll attempt uses 1. So does that mean separately, which I think it does, or does it, yeah, each low, okay. Yeah, we're going to do it like that. Okay, so right now I have found him. So now I'm going to use 1 movement to call the roll. And I'm going to say this is going to be low. That's what she tends to roll. And it's a 2, so it is low. She has completed her 3rd quest. So that goes to show the druid is capable of losing. He's also capable of winning when he cheats. So the archer, congratulations, she wins. And that is the 2nd and final gameplay video for this set, The Haunted Woods of Malthorin. Now come back to my channel, because soon I'm going to be doing gameplay videos for the 4th set, which is called Den of the Were-Rats. So if that sounds intriguing, you want to come back and check that out. Thanks for watching this, and I'm also going to be doing a couple of videos showing every card in this set. I did that for the first 2 sets. Those will be releasing pretty soon also. Because there aren't as many cards in this set, there will only be 2 videos showing all the cards. Now, we've seen most of them in these 2 gameplay videos, but there are a couple that may not have come out, so we're going to go through all of them and take a look at all this great art, most of it by Thomas Denmark. So, thanks again. We'll see you soon.